What's going on, guys? Welcome back again to USGoonerz for another Arsenal content. This one is Aston Villa versus Arsenal in the Villa Park. If this is your first time in this channel, consider subscribing, like this video, hype this video, especially if you're an Arsenal fan. Subscribe to the channel. We're trying to grow the small family here, and let's get down to this fixture, man. This is another tough one, right? This is another tough one, just like the last one against Chelsea in Stamford Bridge. This is Aston Villa in Villa Park, and they're in form. They're currently sitting third on the table, just like Chelsea were sitting third on the table when we played them last Sunday. They're sitting third on the table. They haven't lost a game probably since the Liverpool game. And if you even compare Arsenal to Aston Villa on paper, Aston Villa is more informed than Arsenal right now. And Arsenal is roaming with so much injuries, bro. Like, for real. Everyone has been screaming about Arsenal squad depth, squad depth, squad depth. Squad depth, we have finally started dipping into our squad depth and depleting our squad depth. We lost Mascara on Wednesday in the Brentford game. Rice went down. I don't know if he's 100% fit to play this game, but I bet he could play the game, but I don't know. But just know we're not getting 100% fit Declan Rice in this fixture. Like, the injuries are coming thick and fast. And remember when I was talking about how when you turn on the news, you want to see an Erling Haaland injury or just an injury to one of, our rivals. But instead, when you turn on the news, is one Arsenal player went down in an injury. Another Arsenal player went down with an injury. Another Arsenal player went down with an injury. It's just never ending. Like, it's so frustrating how we're getting this much injuries. Like, we're really a stretched team for real. But the good thing is we're getting people back. But can't we just have a fully fit squad whereby the injuries are at a minimal? Our two best center back, Gabriel and Saliba, were away from the last two games. There is a hope that we'll get William Saliba back for this fixture, because from the Chelsea game, it was just a matter of days for him to be sidelined. So, according to Mikel Arteta in his press conference, he didn't give out too many information, but I can assume we would have William Saliba back. But bro, like, when you go against teams like this, especially when they're in form, you want your strongest team in the squad for real. You want to have our strongest 11. Obviously, I'm gonna go how I think, what the kind of lineup I would want to see against Aston Villa, and also the lineup that I expect to see against Aston Villa. But first, let's talk about what Unai Emery has been doing with Aston Villa, right? So they had a very interesting start of the season that a lot of people probably thought that Unai Emery might get the sack, because the first 5 to 6 games, they never got a win, right? They've been losing. They lost the first 5 games, and they barely scored a goal. Like, it's been difficult for them scoring goals because a lot of the teams were pretty much low blocking against them, and it was just difficult for Villa to break teams down. But what Unai Emery ended up doing is he just told his players to, shoot from outside the box. Yeah, if they low block you, shoot from outside the box. I mean, I love that, because that's like the old football that I know. Just have a goal, take one from outside the box, score a freaking banger, cracker, right? I mean, we missed the good old days, because teams don't really like shooting from outside the box, because the chances are the balls are so sensitive this time that when you hit it from outside the box, you have to hit it at the right spot for you to really hit that target. Because if not, it's just going to balloon over the goal. So teams rarely shoot from outside the box because they're rarely on target. But it's just a mindset thing, because I know if you really hit it well, it will be on target. And that's what Villa has been doing. A lot of their goals have come from outside the box, and probably 5 of their 6 midfielders have scored like almost all their goals from outside the box. So when teams low block against Aston Villa, they go from outside the box. But if they say, oh shit, how we stop Villa is pretty much closing down the space, preventing them from shooting outside the box, and they do a mid block. And they do a mid block, now you're creating that space in behind, thinking that they don't have weapons that can operate in the box. They have Ollie Watkins, right? Ollie Watkins is not the best number 9 in the league, but give him space, he will score a goal. He knows how to hit the target. So that's a weapon they have. Looking at Arsenal, if we had a fully, I mean, our defense is still good enough to handle them. Don't get me wrong. And I even like the fact that this is what Villa have to step down to in order to win games. Arsenal don't operate like that, right? But that is if we had the first back four. We're talking about William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Calafiori, and Yorin Timber. If we had that starting back four, I can trust them to be shot stoppers, right? I can trust them to throw themselves at the ball. But the B team, right? I'm guessing it's gonna be Saliba and Capie. Still have that, they still have that dog in the fight. They still have that aggression to throw themselves at shot. Because I know Nkapie has that feeling, Saliba has that feeling, and then Mikel Arteta is gonna do his homework and know that Villa is gonna likely go from outside the box, just throw yourself in there, right? So Arsenal is the one team that should be able to handle this Villa team. A lot of people are expecting Arsenal to draw points in this game, but just doing my research and seeing how they play, I kind of back us to get a win. It's gonna be a tough game, don't get me wrong, but I see us getting a win in this game just because of the fact that they're gonna try that. And if they wanna do the breaking down the low block. We don't do a lot of low blocks, right? We don't play like that. But when it comes to stopping teams from having a shot at us, we're the one team that know how to do that because we're not just gonna let you go past our midfield and start having to go at the back four. No, we defend as a unit, right? So whenever they're attacking, you're gonna have to go. That's if Declan Rice's feet, right? But you're gonna have to go through our 10, our 6, and our 8, right? Before you even get to the back four. So the space is not gonna be there for you to just have a goal. So when it comes to long range shot, Arsenal is not the team that you're gonna be having a lot of shots from outside the box at because we're gonna stop you from doing that, especially knowing that this is one of your strengths. And we're not gonna low block you. No, we're not gonna do that. The best chance you have is just crossing that ball in the box and winning the second balls. And apparently, they don't play that kind of game. That was a Brentford game. That was a Sunderland game. That was a Chelsea game. Villa don't do that. Villa want to have a go outside the box. We're ready for that. So knowing that that is a strength of theirs, I just feel we can nullify that. And if we can nullify that, we force them to change how they play, which Unai Emery might think about it and do that, right? Because I was watching a review in the Adam Clary show, and he was like, "Well, if you try to stop Villa from having to go outside the box, they're just gonna create a space in the back and pass to Ollie Watkins." But I don't think we're gonna allow that, right? I don't see us allowing that. But yeah, I'm gonna give you my preferred starting lineup versus what I think Ateta is gonna do. So starting from the back, obviously, Ben White had a great game against Brentford. But if Saliba is gonna be fit for this game, what I want will be obviously Urine Timber starts from the right back. Saliba plays his right center back role. Nkapie left center back role. Nkapie has been growing into that role. He's been playing really well, especially in the last two games. So he's gonna be up for this one. So Nkapie in there, Cardiff Fury plays the left back, right? Then Declan Rice, like I said, what I would obviously want a Rice, Zubimendi, and an Odegaard. He's gonna do that because he prefers Odegaard to Eze. This is what I want. I would want a Rice. I would want a Rice, Zubimendi, and an Eze. Then I would want, if Trossard is fit, I want a Trossard, and I also want Gyökeres in there. I need Gyökeres back. Marino has been doing awesome, but yeah, I want Gyökeres to start scoring again. So I'll need Gyökeres in there, then Saka. That is my preferred starting 11. Obviously, Raya in goal, right? But what I think Ateta is going to do based on who I think is fit. So if Saliba is fit, he's gonna go for that. He's gonna go with Urin Timber in the right back. He's gonna go with Saliba in there, and he's gonna go with Hincapié and Ricardo Calafiori. If Declan Rice is not 100%, he might go for Zubimendi playing the six. Yeah, I believe he will do that. I mean, Zubimendi always plays the six, but my point is he's gonna go with Zubimendi in the six, Declan Rice in the bench, and we're gonna have what we've always wanted: Eze and Odegaard. Eze playing the 8th role, Odegaard playing the 10 role, and we're gonna have Bukayo Saka. We're gonna have God. We're gonna have Trossard, and we're gonna have Merino up top. That's what I think Arteta will do. I think Ateta is going to start Merino over Trossard. Sorry, over Gyökeres. I mean, you wouldn't even blame him, right? Merino has been on form. So he's probably going to start Merino and bring in Gyökeres in the second half. And obviously, if Declan Rice is in the bench, he's probably going to come in. Geez, if Declan Rice is in the bench, I don't think he'll come in unless we're losing. For anyway, that's what I expect the starting 11 to be. My predictions. I would not want to concede a goal, but I think we might concede a goal. But I want to back Arsenal to score first. I want to back Arsenal to score first. 1-0, 2-0. Then I back them to score. So my prediction for this game, 2-1 Arsenal. Jeez, God, bro. Like, for real. Arsenal beat Villa 2-1 in the Villa Park. Man City play... Who did Man City? Yeah, Man City plays Sunderland. I don't know if it's in the Etihad. Let me see. I know Man City plays Sunderland. That is gonna be a tough game. If Man City drop points, right? Where do they play? Oh geez, Man City at home. I mean, Etihad is not a fortress anymore, but because Sunderland will put up a fight. But I feel like Man City do not underestimate Sunderland. They're tough. They're tough. Trust me. And based on how Man City played, they will concede. So there's a chance that Man City could drop points. Imagine if Arsenal beats Villa. We beat Villa, City drop points. Bro, crazy shit. And guess what? Chelsea played Bournemouth. I'm not really okay. I'm still worried about Chelsea because even though they're 9 points from Arsenal, if Arsenal did drop points against Villa, Chelsea are back in the conversation, right? And if Chelsea beat Bournemouth, so they're still in the conversation unless Arsenal beat Villa. You want to know what's interesting about this fixture? Because I'm in the US. It's 7:30 a.m. in the morning. So chances are I'm going to wake up and see a scoreline. That would be the best feeling. Imagine you waking up just to see the scoreline, Arsenal won. You skip all that unnecessary pressure and you just get right to the scoreline. Damn, Arsenal won. Just like that, my weekend is set. And I'm just going to sit back and watch all the games with smiles, knowing, yeah, we got to win. But that is what I want. It'll be bad if I woke up to see a loss or a draw. Geez, I want to see a win. I back Arsenal to win because I trust Arsenal can do the job. Especially the fact that Villa can be got at, right? They're not keeping clean sheets like Chelsea was, right? So Villa's defense is not 100%. They're a fighter. They're going to fight to score goals. And I back Arsenal's defensive mentality to stop them and get something out of this. Not something. I want us to get a win. I back us to do that. So, yeah. Yesterday goals in the morning. But guys, for real, let me know what you think. Do you think Declan Rice should start if he's fit? I think he should start. I would take a 70% Declan Rice every day. A 70% fit Declan Rice is good enough for me. I'll take him every day. See, let me know what you guys think. Should Declan Rice start? I think he should start. I don't know if Arteta is gonna start him. I doubt if Arteta will start him. But let me know what you guys think in the comments for real. And also let me know if you think Arsenal, if you think Arteta should start Victor Gyökeres over Mikel Merino. Mikel Merino has been this rare gem that no one understands the kind of player he is, right? Except Arteta, right? Is he a false nine? I mean, we already know he's a midfielder, but we already know his favorite. We already know the position he thrives at. He thrives at that false nine position. Because when he's in the midfield, he's not really contributing much. And don't take it away from him. He can still pass. You've seen the pass against Brentford. You saw the pass against Spurs, right? To Trossard. So he can pass the ball. He can definitely score goals. So Marino is a good threat to have in there. But I just want to see Victor Gyökeres confident again. I believe a confident Gyökeres is gonna guarantee Arsenal the title. Somebody said this, right? Someone said on AFTV, they were like, Gyökeres would cost Arsenal the title. In the sense that if Gyökeres doesn't pick up form, Arsenal won't win the league. I don't think that is the case, but I just feel a fit Gyökeres scoring goals would guarantee Arsenal the title. Doesn't mean we cannot win the title without Gyökeres. We can, but I just feel like if we have Gyökeres, just get that Holland kind of confidence. If we have Gyökeres scoring like that, I just feel it would put a fear in teams because right now people do not fear Gyökeres. But I'm gonna tell you something. You start Gyökeres in that nine role, they're not gonna leave him alone. They're gonna still try and double up on Gyökeres, and when they do that, they free up Saka. If we have Eze in there, they free up Eze. We have threats all over the field, so I would want to see a Gyökeres in the game. Maybe bring him off second half and bring in Mikel Merino, but at least start Gyökeres. We want Gyökeres going again. All right, guys, that's my preview against that's my preview for Aston Villa versus Arsenal. If this is your first time in the channel, consider subscribing, especially if you're an Arsenal fan. I want to see Arsenal fans here. Like this video, hype this video. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.